Jamie can buy twice as many chocolate bars as he can chips. This means that the price of the chocolate bars is half the chips, or the price of the chips is double the chocolate bar. So if he doesn't buy a bag of chips, he can buy 2 chocolate bars for that same amount of money. It says write the equation relating the number of bags of chips and number of chocolate bars using the intercepts. So if he buys 90 bags of chips, he can get no chocolate bars, or he can buy all chocolate bars, and then that would be 180 chocolate bars, but he wouldn't be able to afford any chips. So we want to write the equation for the number of chocolate bars and the number of bags of chips. Okay, so there's my intercept. Okay, we know that my y-intercept is going to be 90 and my x-intercept is 180. So we're going to write this in general form. So we can do this basically by starting with our y equals form. So we're going to let y be our bags of chips and the x will be the chocolate bars. And we can see that there's a slope here. And I'm just going to calculate the slope. So we're going to do this in slope-intercept form. And then we're going to convert it to general form. So slope is going to be negative 90 for 180. So for every bag of chips we lose, we can gain 2 chocolate bars. Okay, so there's my slope, negative 1/2 x plus my y-intercept is 90. I can get that directly from my equation, from my graph. So there's my 90 here. I'll just make sure that we know where we're getting that from. We just get that directly from the graph. Okay, so I can convert this into general form. Get rid of the times by, or divide by 2. Make sure you multiply every term. I want to make it equal to 0, but I need to keep x positive, so I'm going to move x to this side. I also have to subtract 180 from both sides, and then I'm going to make it equal to 0. So there's my equation in general form. Okay. Now, the other thing we can think about here is that we have that our x-intercept, okay, so this is done. Our x-intercept is at 180, and we know that this is equal to c over a. We know that the y-intercept is equal to, in this case, 90, and we know that, negative c over b. And so what that implies then is that a is going to be smaller, half of b, or b is going to be double a. And we can work that out. We can just use some arbitrary numbers here, and we can just use a ratio of 1 and 2. So we can say that b equals 2 and a equals 1. If that's the case, we can solve for c. The c is equal to, in this case, negative 180. Okay, so we can actually work out the relationship. This is much harder to do, so you have to really have a good sense of the numbers and the proportions if you're going to do it in this way. But we can actually generate the c from the intercepts, and we can work out the a and b from the intercepts as well.